Welcome to the deep dive. We sift through the information so you don't have to, bringing you the key insights quickly and engagingly.
Think of it as your personal fast track to being well-informed.
Exactly. Today's deep dive is tailored just for you, focusing on something incredibly practical. Mastering everyday English for clothes shopping and hotel stays.
Yeah, really common situations.
We've explored materials from Everyday English with HappyTalk.in, and our goal is to equip you with the essential phrases, vocabulary, and, understanding to confidently navigate these common situations.
Whether you're traveling, maybe settling into an English-speaking country, or just want to boost your communication skills,
Yeah,
this is relevant.
definitely. And we'll also touch on how a platform called HappyTalk.in can be a fantastic resource for practicing these skills and building your confidence.
What's interesting, I think, about these everyday scenarios is just how universal they are.
Mm.
Even if you're not physically in an English-speaking country, you run into this online or dealing with international companies. So, yeah, a good grasp of this practical English is incredibly valuable today.
Absolutely. So let's jump right in. Clothes shopping in English.
Okay.
We all know that moment, right? Stepping into a store, maybe feeling a little unsure about how to talk to the sales assistants or ask for what you need.
Right. I think that initial interaction, just knowing how to start politely, that can be the first hurdle sometimes.
Yeah, getting started. So some really useful phrases, direct and polite ones like, "Excuse me, can I try this on?" Get straight to it.
Simple, effective,
Or if you've got something specific, "Could I try these jeans on, please?" A bit more specific there.
and that, excuse me, it's small, but it really sets a polite tone right away. And yeah, specifying the item helps them help you faster.
Right. Okay, so they say yes. Next step, finding the place to actually try things on.
The fitting rooms.
Exactly. The phrases you need are pretty straightforward. Where are the fitting rooms? Or you could say, where are the changing rooms?
They basically mean the same thing.
Yeah.
Maybe slight regional differences in which is more common, but everyone will understand both.
Yeah, totally interchangeable. Knowing these just helps you navigate the store, makes it less, stressful if you're in a new place.
Essential navigation tools, really.
Okay, so you're in the fitting room, but, the item doesn't fit quite right, or maybe the color isn't what you expected. What do you say then?
It's good to have a few phrases ready here. If it's too small or too big, you can ask, excuse me, do you have this in a larger size or in a smaller size?
Mm,
Or you can be more specific, like you said before, do you have this in a size medium?
right. And for color.
Similar idea. Does this come in another color? Or if you have one in mind, does this come in black, for example?
Perfect. Let's walk through a quick scenario. You're trying on a jacket, feels a bit tight.
Okay. And it's interesting how just a quick, polite exchange can solve the problem.
Totally. So you might step out and say, "Hi, excuse me, this jacket feels a bit restrictive. Do you have it in a medium?"
And the assistant might say, let me check our stock. That's a size small you're trying, correct?
You say, "Yes, that's right."
Then they might respond, okay, I'll just have a look in the back. It might take a moment. Feel free to wait here.
No problem at all, thank you. Simple as that.
See? Smooth flow, polite, clear,
Mhm.
and yeah, check our stock or look in the back. Just means they're going to the storage area.
Good to know. Now, let's talk about after the purchase. Sometimes you get home and, well, it just doesn't work out. Returns or exchanges.
Ah, yes. And the key thing here, keep that receipt.
Oh, absolutely crucial. It's your proof of purchase, almost always needed.
Definitely.
So if you need to return something, simple and direct, "Hi, I'd like to return this, please."
Straightforward.
And if you want to swap it, maybe for size or color, "Can I exchange this for a larger size or
Yeah.
for a different color?"
Giving a brief reason if they ask, like, it didn't fit, can be helpful too, but keep it polite.
Yeah, being clear and courteous makes the whole process smoother. Most stores have set ways of handling this.
Exactly. A calm approach works best.
Here's a really good tip, though. Ask about the return policy before you buy.
Oh, good one. Proactive.
Yeah. You can just ask, "What's your return policy?" Or maybe, "How many days do I have to return this?" Saves potential hassle later.
Smart move. Shows you're thinking ahead, helps you decide if you really want to buy it right then.
Okay, let's imagine a quick return. You're back at the counter with that sweater you bought.
Okay, what usually happens? What should you expect?
Well, you'd go up and say something like, "Hi, I bought this sweater a few days ago, but it doesn't quite fit right. I'd like to return it, please."
And the cashier will likely ask.
"Certainly. Do you have your receipt?" You hand it over. They'll probably check it, maybe say, "Great, it's within our 30-day return window, and the tags are still attached."
Ah, the tags. Important detail.
Very important. Then they might say, okay, I'll process a refund back to your original payment method.
And you just say,
Excellent. Thank you very much. Done.
notice how they checked the key things. Receipt, time frame, tags. Pretty standard stuff for returns.
Right. Now, let's cover some key shopping vocabulary. Just quickly. First up, on sale.
Good one. Means the price is reduced, but usually just for a limited time.
Exactly. Then there's clearance.
Okay, clearance, that usually means even bigger discounts, right? Like end-of-season items, maybe?
Yep, exactly. Stuff the store wants to clear out. Just a heads up, sometimes clearance items are final sale. No returns.
Good point. Always worth asking about the return policy specifically for clearance stuff.
Definitely. Next, loyalty card.
Ah, the store card. You collect points or get discounts if you shop there often.
Right. Worth asking about if you like a particular store.
Can save you some money in the long run.
Then out of stock.
Means they don't have it right now. Simple as that.
You might need to ask if they'll get more in.
True. Helps to know why you can't find it.
Price tag. Pretty self-explanatory, that one. Shows the cost.
Yep. Got to check that before you head to the till.
And finally, gift receipt. This is useful.
Ah, yes. So the person receiving the gift can return or exchange it.
Without seeing how much you actually paid. Less awkward sometimes.
Very thoughtful option. Gives them flexibility.
Okay, quick scenario. Buying a scarf as a gift.
Right. What would you need to ask for?
You'd say to the cashier, maybe, hi, this scarf is a gift. Could you please gift wrap it for me?
Nice touch.
And would it be possible to get a gift receipt as well?
Combining the requests.
Yeah. The cashier might say, certainly, we offer complimentary gift wrapping. Just take a moment, and I'll include a gift receipt.
Perfect.
And you just say, that's perfect, thank you.
See? Clear, polite, gets you what you need.
Now, knowing these phrases is great, but actually using them confidently, that takes practice.
Absolutely. Practice is key.
And that's where HappyTalk.in comes in again. They offer some really neat ways to practice these exact kinds of situations.
Yeah. What makes their approach useful here?
Well, they have these live language chat rooms. You can jump in and practice role-playing, say, asking for a different size, or checking the return policy with other learners from all over.
Oh, I see. So you're interacting with real people.
Exactly. Maybe even native speakers. You get feedback in real time, build confidence in a place that feels, safe to make mistakes.
That exposure to different accents and ways of speaking is huge. It's much closer to real life.
Totally. Plus, they have multiplayer games that simulate shopping, so you use the phrases in a fun way.
Gamification, nice.
And watch parties, you can watch shopping videos together, discuss them, practice the vocabulary you hear. It's a really rounded approach.
That mix of learning and interactive practice sounds really effective for making the language stick.
Okay, so that's shopping covered. Let's switch gears now. Hotels.
Right. Another big one for travel, or even just dealing with bookings. English communication here is pretty vital, from booking all the way to checkout.
Absolutely. Let's start at the beginning. Booking a room, whether you're calling or emailing.
What's the essential info you need to give them?
Well, a polite start like, hello, I'd like to book a room, please. Simple.
Can't go wrong with that.
Or if you know your dates, do you have any rooms available for, let's say, October 20th to October 23rd?
Specifying dates is crucial. Arrival and departure. And how many nights total.
Right. You might also say, I need a double room or whatever type for 3 nights.
Being precise helps them find the right options for you quickly.
And there are some other important questions you might want to ask during the booking.
Like what?
Things like, what is the nightly rate and are taxes included? Good to know the total cost up front.
Definitely. Avoid surprises on the bill.
Also, what is your cancellation policy? Super important if plans might change.
Absolutely. Flexibility is key sometimes.
If it's a longer stay, maybe ask, is there a minimum stay requirement? And if you have a furry friend.
Pets.
Yeah. Do you accept pets? And are there any associated fees? Always check that beforehand.
These are all really vital questions. Helps prevent misunderstandings, makes for a smoother stay. Especially that cancellation policy.
Let's quickly act out a booking call. Imagine you're calling a hotel.
Okay, what are the key things to cover?
You might start, hi, I'd like to book a double room for the nights of October 20th to 23rd. Do you have availability?
And the receptionist might say,
Yes, we do. Would you prefer a standard or a deluxe room?
options, so you'd ask.
Could you tell me the difference? And they might explain, Our deluxe rooms are larger, maybe have a city view. Standard is $120 a night. Deluxe is $180, taxes included.
Good, clear info on rates and features.
So you decide, great, I'll take the standard double. Does that rate include breakfast?
Common question.
And they might say, yes, complimentary continental breakfast is included. You wrap it up. Wonderful. Let's proceed with the booking then.
Perfect. Covers room type, rates, inclusions, confirmation, all the essentials.
Okay, fast forward. You've arrived. What do you say at the front desk to check in?
Right, check-in time. Need to state who you are and that you have a booking.
Yep. Polite greeting first. Good afternoon or evening. I have a reservation under the name, your last name.
Clear and direct.
If you booked online, having the confirmation number handy is good. Here's my confirmation number.
Helpful backup.
And if you're a bit early,
The early check-in question.
you can ask politely, is it possible to check in a little early? No guarantees, but worth asking.
True. Depends on if the room is ready.
And if you made a special request when booking, like for a quiet room, I had requested a quiet room, if possible. Is that something you can confirm?
Good reminder for them.
Hmm.
These phrases just make check-in smoother, help them find your booking, note any requests.
Let's do a quick check-in chat.
Okay, what are the standard procedures we should show?
You walk up. Good evening. I have a reservation under the name Lee.
Receptionist. Welcome to the Grandview Hotel, Ms. Lee. May I see your photo ID and the credit card used for booking, please?
Standard request. You hand them over. Maybe you ask, I was hoping for a room on a higher floor. Is that a possibility?
Asking for a preference.
They check. Let me see. Yes, we have you in room 602, 6th floor. Here's your key card. Checkout is 11 a.m.
Great. They confirm the room. Checkout time.
You reply, that's perfect. Thank you.
Notice the ID and credit card check that's normal for identity verification and incidentals.
Right, those extra charges. Now, what if you get to your room and say something's wrong? AC not working. Room not clean.
Okay, reporting issues. Key here is be clear, specific, but stay polite.
Right. So for a broken AC, excuse me, I'm in room number and the air conditioning isn't working. Could someone please take a look?
Clear problem, clear request. Room number is crucial.
If the sheets look dirty, the bed sheets in my room seem unclean, could housekeeping change them?
Polite request for a specific action.
And for something more serious, like a bad smell?
You might need to escalate slightly. There's a noticeable, strange odor in my room. Would it be possible to switch rooms?
Yeah, sometimes that's the best solution. Giving the room number first always helps them act faster.
Definitely. Specifics help them fix it.
Here's a quick example. Let's say the Wi-Fi is weak.
Ah, a common modern problem.
You call the front desk. Hello, calling from room 315. The Wi-Fi signal in here is very lent. Is there anything that can be done?
Polite report.
Receptionist might say, oh, I'm very sorry to hear that. I'll report it to our tech support right away.
Standard helpful response.
And you'd say, thank you, I appreciate it.
Simple, polite, gets the message across.
Okay, final stage, checking out, time to leave. What phrases do you need?
Checkout is usually pretty simple, but yeah, a few key phrases help.
You can start with just, good morning, I'd like to check out, please.
Easy enough.
Always a good idea to ask for the bill. Could I please see my final bill? Or can I have my final bill?
Yes, definitely review the charges.
And if your flight's later and you want to explore more,
Luggage storage?
right, ask, would it be possible to leave my bags here until, say, 3 p.m.?
Very common request. Usually not a problem. Reviewing the bill is smart, though. Make sure it's all correct.
Let's do a quick checkout scene.
Okay, what might come up during checkout?
You go to the desk. Good morning, checking out. Could I get my bill, please?
They print it out. You look it over.
And you spot something. Excuse me, I see a charge here for the minibar. I didn't use anything from it.
Oops, potential mistake. Good you checked.
They look into it. Ah, you're right. That seems to be an error. Apologies. I'll remove that right now. How will you be paying today?
Problem solved. Payment question.
You might say, can I use a different credit card than the one I booked with?
Usually okay.
They confirm. Yes, that's no problem. Would you like the receipt printed or emailed?
Offering options.
Emailed, please. Thank you. Had a great stay.
Nice. Covers, checking the bill, fixing errors, payment options, receipt preference, all common stuff.
Okay, quick vocabulary rundown for hotels. First, reservation.
That's just your booking. Proof you have a room saved.
Right. Then suite.
A bigger room, usually. Has a separate living area, maybe. More space, often costs more.
Exactly. Concierge.
Ah, the local expert. They help with recommendations, bookings, tours, Really useful resource.
Definitely ask them for tips. Amenities.
The extras the hotel offers, like the pool, gym, Wi-Fi, stuff like that.
Yeah, the facilities, no show.
That's if you book but don't turn up and you didn't
Hmm.
cancel, you might get charged.
Right. Always cancel properly if plans change. Very
Just
important.
avoid those fees.
And finally, incidentals.
Those extra charges on your bill, minibar, room service, maybe phone calls,
Things beyond just the room rate. Good to be aware of.
helps you understand the final bill.
And just like with shopping, HappyTalk.in is great for practicing these hotel scenarios too.
How so?
Well, those live chat rooms are perfect for role-playing check-in or asking the concierge for directions, maybe even reporting a pretend problem with your room.
Ah, practicing those specific interactions in a safe space. Builds confidence, definitely.
Yeah. And again, they've got multiplayer games that simulate hotel situations, make it fun,
Keeps it engaging.
and watch parties for travel videos so you hear the language used naturally and can discuss it.
Yeah, that interactive element is so key to making it stick, making it feel less like just studying.
So we've really dug into everyday English for clothes shopping and hotel stays, lots of phrases, vocabulary, examples.
Yeah, covered a lot of ground.
But remember, the real secret sauce is practice, right? Consistent practice. And HappyTalk NN really offers some excellent tools for that.
That chance to connect with a global community, get feedback from different people, maybe native speakers, that's incredibly valuable.
For sure. Their live chat rooms are ideal for actually doing the things we talked about. Role play, asking to try something on, booking a hotel room.
Like having a language exchange partner on demand.
Totally.
Oh.
And the multiplayer games add that fun, competitive edge, keeps you motivated.
Makes learning feel less like a chore.
Plus, the watch parties for context, the daily challenges for focused practice. It's a really well thought out system.
And integrating with other platforms for sharing and connecting. That just makes it part of your, regular online life.
Yeah. Imagine you're in a HappyTalk.in chat room. Someone starts a shopping scenario.
Okay, like a live practice session.
Exactly. Learner A types, "Hi, virtual store, can I try this sweater on?" Learner B, maybe a native speaker, replies, "Sure, fitting rooms are back there. Need help finding another size."
Nice, helpful response.
Learner A asks, "Actually, does this come in blue?" Learner B, "Let me check the virtual stock. Yes, blue, size medium. Want to try that one too?"
See, that back and forth, that's exactly the kind of dynamic interaction that builds real fluency. It's like rehearsing for the real thing.
Absolutely boosts your confidence. And you can do the same for hotel scenarios. Practice check-in, ask for recommendations, report a pretend leaky faucet.
Hopefully just pretend.
Hopefully.
Good.
HappyTalk.in just makes practicing the stuff fun, interactive, and connects you with people worldwide.
That social aspect is a huge motivator for language learning, definitely.
Well, that pretty much wraps up our deep dive into everyday English for shopping and hotels, and how HappyTalk.in can really help you practice and master these skills.
Yeah, it's clear how practical these phrases are, and also how platforms like HappyTalk.in make practicing them so much more accessible now.
We really hope you'll check out HappyTalk.in. Sign up, connect with others, start using these phrases in their chat rooms and games.
Engaging with that global community is such a rich way to learn.
And now, something for you to think about. What's another everyday situation where you wish you felt more confident using English?
Good question.
Maybe ordering food, casual chat with coworkers, figuring out public transport.
Lots of possibilities.
Let us know. Share your thoughts on HappyTalk.in's forums or social media. Tag HappyTalk.in if you do.
Thinking about your own goals really helps focus your learning.
Thank you so much for joining us for this deep dive. We hope it was helpful and maybe even a little inspiring for your English journey. Happy learning.
Until next time, take care.